everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, of course, have to do it. I have to present a invitation to everyone who has decided to stop by to become a part of this community. Yes, this community right here, it is the bomb.com. It is the best here on these internet streets. And listen, if you want to be a part of it, come on, subscribe. And this is what you need to do to subscribe. Look down in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button, go ahead on and subscribe. While you're in there, hit the notification bell too, so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm, dragging it. I am dragging it, and it's all because of y'all. I'm telling you, y'all be coming in with the thumbs up. Y'all do. Also, I'll tell you who else is just doing a great job. And that would be the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercials. They are absolutely just doing such a great job. They are absolutely just doing the doggone thing. So thank you for that support. It means everything. Also, look down there in the corner. That's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative to have that support. Now, if you want to just do a one-time donation, look in the other corner. You should see 3 little dots. Hit those 3 dots. You'll see a thanks. That is the super thanks. And listen, all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, I do have some shout outs. And first on the shout out list is 2383521E. Let me tell you, it's everything. Have been with me for a while and always comes through with the support. Always down with the read. So thank you 2383521E. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. Next up is Yulette. Yulette keeps coming through, keep supporting, keep being in the comments. I'm telling you, I said this on so many videos, so many podcasts. I don't know what I did to deserve Yulette, but I am so glad she chose this community. She is such a valued part of this community, and she only been here for a short time, but I'll tell you what, she has made good of that time and just have become a part of this community, and we are thrilled to have her. Also, 08065, yes, came on through. Yes, always is down with the read. I mean, a ride or die, always being supportive. And I'm telling you, I am just so thankful. And always in those comments too, and dropping so much knowledge. If you see 08065, you see a comment, read it. I promise you, you're going to learn something. So thank you 08065. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all, I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. I want to give another quick shout out to 2383521E, to Yulette, and 08065. Thank y'all so very much. Thank you for deciding to support your channel. Just being ride or dies. It means everything. So just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, I say this every time and I mean it. Thank you for being here. That is the most important thing for all of y'all, that y'all come and support, and it means everything. All right, y'all, let's get started. And y'all know when I am putting the read together, I hit these internet streets. And let me tell you, I have been in these streets most of the day. And it's been quite interesting because our girl Meghan just keep on hitting her haters with the two-piece. I'm telling you, the two-piece plus the biscuit. She is not letting up on them. And what am I talking about? The Harper Bazaar cover and interview. Oh my goodness. Who saw this one coming? All I can say is when Byron said it was no leaks in Montecito, I don't think he lied, because no leaks come out of Montecito. I mean, this just popped up out of nowhere. Always surprising. I love this too, because I remember the old days when Harry and Meghan could not do anything. They were leaking and planning stories, and it was chaos all the time. And I remember all the chaos surrounding Archie's birth. That was just the dark days. It was so dark back then because Harry and Meghan could not do anything. If they sneezed, they leaked it to those rags over there. And to have them to be able to move in silence and drop things as they wish, it is delicious, and it is everything the Squatties wanted for them. So yes, Meghan has the cover of Harper Bazaar and beautiful pictures. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about something with Kitty and Willie. You know we have to be a little messy. We do. We're going to talk about, how should I put this? If you know Maria Joseph, you know exactly who I'm going to talk about. And that whole situation is in court. And we have some other things we're going to talk about. But yeah, it's going to be good. So y'all buckle up. It might get a little bumpy, but I promise you it's going to be entertaining. So let's get started and let's talk about this cover. I'm going to put this up. And look at this. Look at our Duchess. Is she not beautiful? And she has minimal makeup. That's why they hate her. I'm telling you that old, what's her name? Maureen Callahan. Y'all know the one I always talk about and call her the dead woman. Yes, she has on makeup that looks like the mortician did it. And that is the reason why she hates Meghan so much. Because Meghan doesn't have to really wear makeup. Meghan looks younger without makeup than she does with makeup. And I'm telling you, them hag dragons, they cannot take it. And this right here is killing them softly. Yes, Roberta Flack, if she was alive, she would absolutely sing the song, because it is killing them softly. I love this. I mean, it is beautiful. This particular squatter that posted this picture said, the Duchess of Sussex is the cover of Harper Bazaar US. Yes, she is. And I want to emphasize US, and why these people cannot mind their business over there on that small island nation. I have no idea. All of those rags, all of those flying monkeys, all of those hag dragons over there, they always have to talk about Meghan. Meghan does everything in the US. Why are you so bothered? Why are you bothered with her business when she is not bothered with yours? Meghan never speaks on those folks over there. I mean, never even acknowledge that they are breathing air, but yet and still they can't keep her name out of their mouths. I saw Lorraine And it was a clip from Lorraine, and she had that piss on moron on there. And let me tell you, he was working so hard with every question that was asked, every topic that was discussed to somehow work Meghan in there. I'm telling you, he was doing mental gymnastics, trying to get a way to put Meghan's name it out there. I have never saw anybody quite as obsessed as that man. I mean, Lorraine would ask him a question, he would say one or two words, then he'll say Meghan. He'll say one or two words, and then he'll say Meghan. And I'm telling you, he would plug in Meghan's name in every other sentence. I cannot believe it. What did Meghan do to him? I mean, he acts like he is strung out on Meghan, like she is some kind of heroin or something, some kind of drug, because he absolutely cannot leave it alone. He cannot. I mean, and sitting up there just as pathetic as he can be, looking so unbathed. I have never saw a man who always looked like they stink like he do. Yes, he looks like he absolutely smells like a wet dog. But I digress. That's just something in my head. But yes, he was on Lorraine. And I bet you when he gets a load of this, ooh, I bet you he is going to have to go to the bathroom and gather himself. I bet he is going to scream in his pillow. But we all know he is not going to be the only one. I should stick my head out of my window right now, and I probably could hear the howlings from across the pond because it really hurts them. I'm sure it is a gut punch to see this woman that they have thrown everything, including the kitchen sink. Not excluding the kitchen sink, no, including the kitchen sink. They have done everything that they can to try to destroy this woman. And Meghan absolutely just continues to rise like the phoenix that she is. I think it's just so poetic for Meghan to have on red because red is the color of fire and she is burning that whole place down. I'm telling you, I just think about that song. This girl is on fire. Yes, Meghan, this girl is on fire. Burn it down, Meghan. Burn it down. And look at this. This is the official post from Harper Bazaar. And it says, introducing the winter issue starring hashtag Duchess Meghan. For years, the Duchess of Sussex has been the subject of other people's narratives. Now she is forging her own future on her own terms. Exactly. I love it. And it says at the link below, Meghan opens up about motherhood, marriage, and living in the moment. Yes, and look at Meghan. Fresh face, hardly no makeup, and looking absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, this is what really set these old hag dragons afire. I'm telling you, they can't stand her because she tends to have it all and they have nothing. All I can say is, Meghan, keep your foot on their necks. Keep your foot on their necks. That's all I can say because we're loving it. And all of their salty tears, they are delicious. We are just guzzling them down. The weeping, the wailing, the gnashing of teeth from all the hag dragons, the rangers, toadies, trolls, blind monkeys, all of the smelly old skanks. Ooh, it's delicious. Keep it up because we are enjoying every bit of it. I'm telling you, my timeline is giving me life because they are absolutely losing what little that they have of a mind. They cannot, they cannot handle Meghan, and I Love it. I love how Meghan just absolutely just keeps on hammering them. And they keep on crying, whining, and coming back with that old worn out excuse, that old worn out saying that they always say, well, Kate is going to be queen. Kate is going to be queen. Yeah, and Camilla is queen. I always come back with that one. And I'm telling you, they get so mad. They get so mad, and it's so delicious. I can't with myself right now. And the squatty that reposted this post from Harper Bazaar said, love how Meghan has loosened up and is at ease with just being herself and not worrying she might say something that will be misinterpreted or spinned by others. She also is so articulate and intelligent. She's truly in her era of peace and joy. And I'll tell you another era Meghan is in. Meghan is in her I don't give a F era as well because Meghan don't give not one F about anything these people are saying about her. Meghan is so unbothered. She is. When she went running out there on that beach and wrote 2025 in the sand, she meant every bit of it. And when she was on the Jamie Lemur show, when she said she was out of the prove it business, she meant that as well. So, yes, Meghan is in her era of peace and joy, but she's also in her era of I don't give two F's about anything that you were saying about me or what you think of me. I see it. I see it because you know what? I'm in that same era myself. I am. I think I've been in that era pretty much my whole life, though. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna put this up. This Squatty said, OMG, Meghan is wearing the actual red dress from Balenciaga's recent collection. I think my wish just came true. She looks lush, she does. And I think this is the red version of the black version that she wore to the fashion show. Well, after the fashion show when she went to dinner. Yes, yes. Meghan is not one to be trifled with. Don't mess with her because she is not playing at this point. I love it. And this squatty said, I just want to confirm Meghan wore the black version of this dress, right? I even checked the back. It looks the same. I think it is too. Tell me what y'all think. I think it is the black version of the dress she wore to dinner, like I was saying earlier. It is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I'm telling you, I can't decide if I like it better in the red or the black. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But yes, Meghan firmly has her foot on their necks. I'm telling you, do not let up, Meghan. Do not let up. And look at this one. This squatty just said her. Y'all, it's a song that just says, ladies and gentlemen, her. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, her. I'm telling you, Meghan looks so good. Since all of the hag dragons, all of the derangers, all of the toadies, blind monkeys included, all of them, especially the smelly old skanks, they have been out in force. They have. Every time Meghan comes out with something, they try to pee on it. They do. I hate to use that kind of term, but that is what it seems to me. They cannot let her have a moment. Why? Because of Kitty Cat and Kitty Cat's inability to measure up. And let me tell you, some squatties are just not having it. And this squatty right here is one of them. She said, I chose violence on this glorious occasion. Let's be honest, a certain biatch is mad Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, took the spotlight without even trying. Years of planning, curated images, and media campaigns, she still couldn't touch the natural magnetism Meghan was born with. Where is the lie? Where is it? And that is the reason why these old hag dragons and all of these wicked witches on their brooms are flying around trying to make trouble, all in Squatty's comments when they post something positive about Meghan. I mean, you can't post anything. Here they come. Most of them are bots, but a lot of them are absolutely nothing but head dragons. All of the ugly old skanks, they come out. And this particular squatter says she choosing violence today. And I bet you she has been in some people's comments and really letting them know that we tired of you. We are just tired of you. All up in our comments with your nonsense. We can't enjoy our faves, their achievements, without here you come. All spewing all of your haterade all over everything. And this particular squatter says she chose violence today. And she ain't the only one. She is not. Let me tell you, because look what this squatty says. An ex-yacht girl who has never built anything in her life, who has no accomplishments or substance, who is incredibly lazy, and who has the late queen giving her a nickname, Doolittle, is lecturing businessmen, telling them what to do. Get the F out of here. Yes, they are not having it. And had the nerve to say hashtag Kate Middleton. After calling her a ex-yacht girl, had the nerve to say hashtag Kate Middleton. I'm telling you, squatties are just not having any of the nonsense. Yes, they chose violence. They do not want to be bothered with this nonsense. I mean, we want to be able to enjoy when Meghan does something, when Harry does something, without here they come with all of their nonsense. And if you think I am kidding you when I say here they come with all their nonsense, look at this. Look at this. A hag dragon made up a cover of Harper Bazaar and put a AI image of Kate on it. I kid you not. Look what they got up here. Talking about, I love my husband, the Prince of Wales. I love my children. And even put a tiara on her head. And had the nerve to say, much better. This is how much they cannot stand to see Meghan shine. That they would take the time to make a fake cover of the same magazine that Meghan is on and put Kitty Cat on it. I cannot with these people. I cannot. This particular squatty that posted this nonsense said this. Please, the Rangers, don't change. Your stupidity is endlessly entertaining. It is. I mean, can you imagine being so bitter and so bothered and so triggered that you would take the time to make up something like this? I cannot with these spirit-minded old trolls. I can't. I can't. But this is what I was saying earlier. Meghan absolutely drives them crazier than what they are. Can you imagine being so twisted that you would do something like this? You would never catch a squatty doing any nonsense like this. But we all know Kate never does anything for us to put up a mock AI version of it. Because because that speech, if we had put up one, it would have been an improvement. And we don't want to improve on anything that she does. If we had made an AI video of that speech, she literally would have been improved. AI version of Kate is better than the original. I kid you not. But I digress, y'all. Let's get back to Meghan. Let's get back to Meghan. But I'm gonna put this up. Do y'all remember this? This happened over at Fashion Week in Paris when Meghan went to the Balenciaga fashion show. And this lovely lady right here is the editor in chief of Harper Bazaar. And this particular Squatty posted about it and said Meghan with Samir Nizer, editor-in-chief of Harper Bazaar in Paris for the Balenciaga show. So we should have knew something was up then, because I saw this picture of Meghan with this lovely lady, Miss Nasser, and I should have knew something was up. Now we thought something was up with Vogue, and it still might be up with Vogue, but look like Harper Bazaar has came in and came through first. Yes. And look like this is the reason why Harper Bazaar came through first. This Squatty posted this and said, this cover is accumulation of a conversation that began 5 years ago. I am eternally grateful to Meghan and her wonderful team for their collaboration and trust. And this is signed Samir Nazar, the editor-in-chief of Harper Bazaar. So this started way before this year, 5 years ago. And Meghan has finally agreed to it. And let me tell you, I really think she knocked it out of the park with these pictures. They're unexpected. They're beautiful, but so unexpected, meaning that it's very few people would take these kind of pictures to be in a glamour magazine with very little makeup on like Meghan has. It is groundbreaking, I really feel, and it is so beautiful. And to know it started 5 years ago, conversation started back then. I love all of this. I do. The whole not having any leaks, nobody coming out and saying royal sources and all that nonsense, blowing everything up before it's even put out there. I just love it. I am so glad Harry and Meghan left that small island nation and that family. It's not Great Britain. I mean, Great Britain seems like a lovely place. The people are lovely. It is that family and all of those rags over there, those flying monkeys. They make it insufferable. They do. It is pretty bad. And it's my understanding that tourism has gone down. And it's not because of the people. It is the press. It is the press. And I'm going to put this up in the interview that Meghan gave to Harper Bazaar, along with this beautiful photo shoot. Meghan talked about Harry's love for her. And that right there is what had all of the hag dragons running and screaming into the night, because they cannot stand that Harry, a prince, fell in love with Meghan and not them, not someone like them. They hadn't been able to recover since. And so this is the reason why I love it. This is the reason why I really feel that Meghan is petty, because Meghan knows how to push those folks' buttons. She is not fooling me. Every time Meghan talks about her husband, every time she kisses her husband, every time she talks about his love for her, they cannot handle it. They get weak in the knees and fall on the ground because they cannot take it. So, of course, Meghan had to bring it up. And I love it. If I was Meghan, I would bring it up every chance I get. I would be like Piers Morgan is about her. I would say a couple of sentences, and then I would say, my husband just really loves me. He loves me like no other man has loved a woman. He loves me. Yes, but this is what Harper Bazaar posted. They said, and this is what Meghan said in the interview, and they posted it. It says, he loves me so boldly. Hashtag Duchess Meghan tells Bazaar about her husband, Prince Harry. No one in the world loves me more than him. It is like daggers to the heart of these old hag dragons. I'm telling you, it is like garlic is to a vampire. It is like a silver bullet to a werewolf. They cannot stand when Meghan talk about Harry and how much she loves him and how much he loves her. And I love it. I love, and I love Harry and Meghan's love. So keep it up, Meghan. Keep it up. And this post went on to say, so I know he's always going to make sure that he has my back. At the link and comments, the Duchess opened up about her life they built together in Montecito. Yeah, so it is a very good article. I'm hearing from Squatties. I hadn't had a chance to read it, but I'm hearing from Squatties that it is a very good article. It's no got you. It's not a cut magazine. It's not one of those type articles. It is a very straightforward article, and yeah, they like it. And the Squatty that posted this post from Harper Bazaar said, a literal prince loves Meghan openly, loudly, and unapologetically, and they can't even get their man to text them back. Well, that's if they have one, because we all know most of them don't. Like Crazy Eyes over there, and that Maureen Callahan, the dead woman. Them folks ain't got no man. You can tell. I can look at them and tell they if they had a man, maybe they wouldn't be so mean, because they are absolutely so jealous of Meghan. They cannot stand it, and has made a career out of bashing Meghan. Can you imagine being so black-hearted that your whole, existence, your whole financial existence, it just absolutely depends on being a biatch and doing nothing but lie and try to smear and bring down a woman that has not done anything to you. Can you imagine that? I mean, wow. It is. I would not want to be them. I'll just put it that way. And I'm going to put this up. This is a segment from the article a Squatty posted, and it's a little, you kind of get a little glimpse after you read it. And I'm going to read it. It says, her circle of trust is tight. She put her hand on her heart when she talks about her husband. You know what? I have noticed that too. In that Jamie Lima, I forgot, Curran. Is it Jamie Curran Lima? I think it's Jamie Curran Lima. When she was there, when Meghan was there doing that podcast, when she would talk about Harry, she would put her hand over her heart. She does. So isn't that sweet? I love it. It says, he loves me so boldly, fully, and he also has a different perspective because he sees media that I wouldn't, she says. No one in the world loves me more than him, so I know he's always going to make sure that he has my back. With Harry, Meghan explained, you have someone who just has this childlike wonder and playfulness. I was so drawn to that, and he brought that out in me. That's translated into every part of our life, even in business. I want us to play and have fun and explore and be creative. Isn't that sweet? And her saying that Harry loves her more than anybody. Oh my goodness. But I don't know. Doria loves her too. She does. She gave birth to her. But I really love how Meghan's, how she describes Harry as childlike and playful. He is very lighthearted, and that is so endearing. That is so charming, especially to women. We love that. We love that. And I think that's the reason why we love Harry, because Harry, he has that, I don't know, he has that it. He does. He has that charm. He knows how to charm people with his personality. And I agree with Meghan. It is very, very endearing. It really is. So I must say, I love this photo shoot. I am so thrilled that Meghan is on the cover of Harper Bazaar. It just came out of nowhere, and I am loving it. I am. It is just everything. It really is. The pictures are just everything. All right, y'all, we're going to switch gears a little bit because I have a few other things I want to talk about. And this one right here is one of them. Y'all know that Kitty and Willie went to that, they said it was date night and they went to this event. And nobody cared. But U.S. Weekly, evidently, they cared. They said Prince William and Princess Kate Middleton stunned. Yeah, okay. Stunned as they stepped out for a rare dinner date. And listen at this. Before they went in, their mask was caught slipping. Look at this. This particular squatty said, "Is that so?" Yes, they were caught slipping. It was not too happy in that car prior to making that entrance. And yeah, look at Kitty's face. Look at his face. I mean, this is not the faces of a very happy couple. But the minute they stepped into the cameras, it was showtime. Yes, look at Kitty. She is putting on the show. She's looking at William. Now, he is not as good at it as she is, although he's pretty good. Their performative act is a pretty good act. Yeah, I'm telling you, you rarely catch them slipping like they did this night, but they put on a good show. And as you can see, they are doing their job. Now, they don't like to do it very often, but when they do it, they give you a show. And that's exactly what they are doing. I'm just saying. But also, this dress, I'm telling you, it is giving away secrets. It is. And a lot of squatties is saying that this dress that Kate wore really gave away some secrets. And what those secrets are, her arms. Her arms look horrible. They do. They're very skinny and muscular. I mean, it's not very lady elegant or anything like that. She looks like she could punch you in the nose. But this particular squatty that posted this picture of Kate's décolleté, it's not looking very nice, is it? I mean, all sunken in where her collarbone and those two lines that go down her neck. I'm telling you, it's looking pretty bad for Kate. And this squatty said they know, her fans know, the media knows, but they will continue to praise how good and beautiful she looks. Now imagine young girls who often look up to celebrities. Well, if they looking up to Kate, they got a lot more problems than just, anorexic, being anorexic. They got a problem with being mediocre as well. So, because if you find something aspirational in that mediocre woman, woo, you have found something that nobody else can find. It is like a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's just that hard to find something about Kitty that you can look up to. But I digress. It said, what kind of message is this sending to them? Well, like I said, they got a whole lot more problems than what kind of message, Kitty being skinny is. I mean, they got a problem with looking up to mediocre people, subpar people. I mean, they need to choose their role models a little better because whew, your only achievement is running a successful honey pot. Is that who you want your daughter to look up to? I'm just saying. And this particular squatty is talking about, Kitty's neck and what is going on here, especially with those two, lines that go under her chin. I'm telling you, it is getting dire. This particular squatty posted some pictures and look at it. And this squatty said, "Why is it so deep? Deeper than the great blue hole." Yeah, I remember these are X, formerly known as Twitter squatties. So they do not hold back. And this squatty said, I'm talking about the sinkholes in hashtag Kate Middleton's neck. Every time I look at that picture and other pictures, especially that, and they looking at this, had the nerve to put a hand so you would know what they talking about, pointing down there at Kate. I cannot with squatties. I cannot. It says the first thing the eyes are drawn to is not her housekeeper dress, but her neck. Yeah, that neck is tragic, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with Kate. I'm telling you, her head is way bigger than her body. Her hands done got bigger too. It's a mess. It's a mess what's going on with Kate. And it happens to everybody that marries into that family. Eventually, you are destroyed mentally or physically or both. And I think it's both in this particular case. I'm just saying. Now, and I'm not trying to be messy, but y'all know that is a big sinkhole. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think going on with Kate. Because it just seems like she is aging like a bottle of milk in the hot heat of summer. I mean, she is curdling right in front of us. I never saw a neck like that on a 43-year-old. I mean, am I wrong? Let me know because it looks a little sus. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this up. Look like Jack Royston has something to say, coming out yapping, talking about this new YouGov poll. And we all know what the YouGov poll is. It's an emotional support poll. And isn't it been predictable that a YouGov poll was going to come out and tell us how unpopular Harry and Meghan is? I mean, it's like clockwork. Every time Willie flippity flops, anytime that Kitty flippity flops, or Charles is involved in his questionable support for his pedo brother. Yes, a YouGov poll will come out, and Jack Royston wants to tell us somehow Harry is so unpopular, his support is dropping in the U.S. And they don't seem to see how ridiculous it is to poll American citizens about a British prince who is a private citizen living in the United States. It makes no sense. Why are you polling private citizens? But this is the nonsense that these people do. Jack Ralston said, "New Prince Harry's U.S. base has hit a new low as measured by YouGov's ratings. The Duke of Sussex has been in a steady decline since beginning of the year in the quarterly polling. The slump comes as Meghan and Harry continue to search for a new relationship with Americans." I mean, are they serious? Are they really serious? I mean, they're out here polling private citizens and talking about Harry and Meghan is seeking a new relationship with Americans. Why? Why would they be doing that? They're just out here trying to make a living and do charity work. It is not Harry and Meghan trying to be the royal family of America and trying to keep their popularity up. It makes no sense. You might as well poll Beyonce or poll somebody or poll me because we're private citizens. We don't do that. But he knows that. He has lived years and years and years in America. He knows how America works. It does not work the same way as, Great Britain. It just doesn't. We do not have a royal family. Harry and Meghan are royalty that live in the US. It's not the other way around. And so, because of that, nobody cares what Harry and Meghan is doing. I mean, I guess that's why you're calling Harry unpopular, because people say that they don't care what he's doing. Because that's pretty much the answer you'll get when you ask people about a private citizen. I mean, it is crazy that these people continue to try to use the same standards that they use on that family over there on Harry and Meghan in a whole different country with a whole different culture. I mean, it's ridiculous. And this Squatty came up under this post from Royston and said, laughing my A off, Jack, oh my God, we could have seen this pathetic emotional support post coming from a mile away. Yeah, Squatty's been talking about it because there's been too much going on. It's time for them to pull that emotional support pole out. And it says, in fact, we always joke that whenever William does something stupid, pathetic, or major flop, a poll showing how much Harry and Meghan are hated will follow quickly behind. The fact that you had to put this out, there's proof just how much of a major disaster and a flop William's earth shot was. An entire week in Brazil, and the headlines coming out are how unpopular Harry is. Laugh out loud. I love this for William. Exactly. Exactly. It is all about William still brooding over the fact that Harry went to Canada while he was in Brazil, another continent away. I mean, if you don't have enough pull, you don't have enough swag, you don't have enough shine to draw people in, you still gonna blame other people who have all this stuff, who was born with it like Harry was? I guess so, Willie. I guess so. But it is a shame. It really, really is. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. GB News, of course, they got into it with this emotional support poll and said Prince Harry suffers blow as Duke of Sussex U.S. support collapse. I mean, this would be comical if it wasn't so ignorant and stupid. I mean, what U.S. support? Harry is just a person living here in America just like everybody else. He just is. Now, is he more high profile? Yes, he is, but we don't think about things in this term. I mean, how are you going to apply what the culture is in Great Britain to America and then try to use that against Harry? And usually, we all know these emotional support polls have such a minute sampling. And most of the time, they are sampling old people and mostly Fox News viewers. So this is what this nonsense is about. But yet and still, here they are out here gaslighting, out here blowing smoke up our skirts, telling us that this is the way things are. It is ridiculous. This particular Squatty came up under that and said fake polls isn't going to erase the Brazilian flop. Yes, it is not going to erase her flopping. And it says, and the screeching car crash. And I don't like to even make fun of this because that killed someone's sister, someone's mother. And they don't want to clear that up. What happened there? Instead of talking about Harry, why not give these people some justice? How about that? And let's not forget, it's not going to cover up for that speech that Kitty made, the 26 seconds that she had to look at her notes 15 times. That disaster that just happened, and her neck. So, y'all stop it. It is just getting to be so ridiculous at this point. Y'all are laughing stocks. It really is. Y'all have come to the point where People are just laughing at you. You have no reputation left. So stop it. And I'm going to put this up because David posted this. And David is one of my favorite people. I don't know if he's a squatty or not, but he usually posts these very beautiful pictures of Princess Diana. A lot of them rare, a lot of them I had never saw before. And he'd be posting that. But this time he chose to post a horse. Why? Because I believe David is becoming a squatty. I do. And look at the top of Camilla's head. Now, we all call Kitty Wiggy, but we're going to have to start calling Camilla Wiggy Horse or something. We're going to have to find some kind of combination to absolutely describe what Camilla has on the top of her head. That is clearly a topper, as they say. And Squatty has named Kitty's hair, call it a topper, just something that sits on the top of your head. I mean, clearly, Camilla is out here copying Kate. I mean, she is. And I'm telling you, she is looking very tragic in the face. She really is. Ooh, her face is on the ground. But I digress. Her face just absolutely made me detour there for a minute. So let me get back on track. But yes, Camilla is copying Kate. She got a little wiglet up there. She does. And David says she's taken a leaf out of Kate's topper book, Wigs Alive. Yes, I'm telling you, they all are wearing wigs over there. I cannot. I think that's the crown. Correct me in the comments. But isn't that the crown that Eugenie wore in her wedding? It looks like that crown. But I'm telling you, I know Queen Elizabeth is down there in those tombs. She is spinning like a top. She has to be, knowing that this horse is got on all of her tiaras and everything. But you got to hand it to Camilla. She played the long game and she won. She did. Can't hate the player, hate the game. But all I can say is, wow, I bet you Queen Elizabeth, if you open her tomb, she would pop up and kiss you in the mouth because she is absolutely spinning down there. Who wouldn't be? I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up, and this was in Feminagra, and it's about Dan Wootton. Looks like his catfishing case has gone to the courts because Feminagra says Dan Wootton's catfishing case ignites debate over tabloid double standards. And what they're talking about here, when the BBC was reporting on this, they closed the comments. Like they closed the comments on, a whole slew of things, but never on any article about Harry or Meghan. It can be the nastiest, just smeariest, just lies, 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 and they'll keep those comments open. But for Dan Wootton, being accused of catfishing men, pretending like he is a woman, Maria Joseph, and begging for nude pictures from these said men, and as he pretends like he is a woman. Now, the BBC can close those comments, but anything said about Harry and Meghan, like I said, no matter how reckless it is, how trifling it is, how absolutely just vile that it is, they'll keep those comments open. And it is a double standard. And people can sit on their platforms and say all manner of lies, and it's no pushback when it comes to Harry and Meghan. But yes, Dan has gone to court, and he, of course, has denied everything. It says the media protects one of its own while silencing victims. The BBC quietly disabled comments on the coverage. Editors call it a precaution to avoid prejudice on ongoing case. This sounds noble, but it also sounds convenient. When Caroline Flack was under legal scrutiny under Dan Wootton's editorial leadership, The Sun published blood-spattered crime scene pictures. No one closed comments then. When Meghan Sussex appeared in public, Wootton's column described her as a selfish grifter pushing racial feminist agenda. No comments, moderation there either. You know, the BBC has totally just debased themselves. I mean, this used to be such a respected news organization, and now it is no more than those rags over there. It is just like those rags over there. And this is a perfect example of lying down with dogs and getting up with fleas. That's what the BBC has done. It has rolled over for that family and helped that family in their propaganda smear campaign against Harry and Meghan, and folded like a tent when they should have stood up. I mean, they are totally debased. They are totally discredited as a legitimate news organization. It's pathetic. It really is. And to do something like this, to absolutely close the comments for someone like Dan Wootton, aka Maria Joseph, aka Martin Brannon, yeah, okay. And I am really anxious to see how all of this is going to shake out. I hope they prove everything about this person, what they're accusing him of, that he did it. I'm just saying. And I'm gonna put this up. This Squatty wrote about this whole thing with Dan Wootton and the BBC and said this. The BBC News closing comments when they post about little sad man Dan Wootton, and Sky News closing their comments when asked about Andrew, but opening them when it's about Meghan, and the Rangers can't wait to slander her, is all you need to know about the racism she faced. Exactly. She had no protection. No protection. Harry was the only one that came to her rescue. He did. He said, "We out of here." And Meghan said, "Bet." And they left. Because I'm telling you, can you imagine what state of mind, Harry and Meghan would be if they had stayed? After 5 years, I don't think they would have made it. Meghan wouldn't have made it. She wouldn't have. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. This is my last one because it is absolutely simple and to the point. I mean, a beautiful picture of Meghan. And what did this Squatty say? She won. She did. She won. Meghan, this little petite woman, absolutely won. She never, she may be bent, but she never bowed. She absolutely never broke under anything that they threw at her, that they continued to throw at her. Meghan is a strong woman, and she won. I'm just saying. But before I go, I want to wish Gwendolyn Lindsay a happy birthday. I hope she had the best birthday ever. So happy birthday, Gwendolyn. So happy you let me know it was your birthday. I hope it was a blast. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.